welcome to another episode of the Itchy Slider Podcast.
Yeah.
We are your humble servants, WrestleMania, and
Wrestle.
I didn't really put much effort in that one. But
It was good, but no effort.
And welcome to another episode of Itchy Sweater. And today is we haven't done one of these in quite some time. It's been a minute, and now we have a pretty good reason to do this one. This is a tier list.
And no, we are not the Triple H authority.
No,
we are better.
Yeah,
we are the authority.
The highest authority you can possibly muster. We will be not taking any revisions.
No lip,
no back talk from our decisions that are made here. They are final, and they shall be ever etched in stone. This is not something that is going to be revised in any way. What we say is final, and that's how it goes.
Don't argue.
It's useless. It's pointless. Why would you? So just take it. Just take everything in stride. Everything's going to be okay. All right? No back talk. So, but this is a tier list for WrestleMania 40. We just came off of WrestleMania weekend, and WrestleMania is never really over until, they usually say until the Raw after WrestleMania.
At least the Raw.
After Mania. But sometimes people add SmackDown in there too. Sometimes you get a little returns of SmackDown. Some things happen.
This week.
Yeah. So this week, I would say you can add SmackDown onto that list. That WrestleMania really isn't over until SmackDown, which was Friday. So now WrestleMania is officially over.
We are a week past.
Yes. So we'll just go ahead and get into it. We got S to D. I don't really think there's really bad matches. There are some that not as good as they could have been. Things here and there didn't really live up to the hype, things like that. But I don't know if there's really any really bad matches.
And I would say certain aspects of some matches that that will affect its ratings for us.
Yeah.
We are not Dave Meltzer. We don't give 5-star, match reviews or anything like that. I mean, this is just our opinion.
Indeed.
But let's start off strong.
And I would say that this is one of the smaller WrestleManias in terms of how many matches.
You know what?
This is actually kind of small.
Especially with being 40, like another 10.
Yeah.
Being one of those. It's kind of weird that, I mean, to me, I always reference this one, but I always think that WrestleMania 20 has been one of the biggest cards that there is.
It was pretty intense. Yeah. And also, too, there's a lot of star power in this one.
There was.
And I think that's what kind of held this one up because of that. There's a lot of really big names going in. There's some storylines that need to be finished, things like that. So this was a WrestleMania where a lot of stories kind of came to a finish and completion, to where things kind of came to an end, to where not necessarily end, but like a new beginning.
Oh, for sure. Definitely new beginnings for these. Some of these, I'll be quite honest, especially the first one, it is what it is, but not a lot of rushed storylines this year.
No. Some we thought it might have been, it ended up being actually pretty well thought out. Yeah. But the first one, we got Rhea Ripley, Mommy, versus the man, Becky Lynch. And Rhea ended up retaining her title, and I thought it'd be 50-50 on that. I thought maybe she could retain, or maybe they try something new with Becky and she has like a little run. But she ended up retaining. And
I just don't see Becky getting it from her. I would have thought, I don't know, because the other women's match, Bayley, she's on the other side, so who's really going to take down Rhea? Like, Becky's been there before, but at the same time, I honestly was just like, just get this match over, just get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure about 90% of the fans knew that Rhea was going to win this one. The
build wasn't good.
It wasn't.
But the only reason I was 50-50 on it is because the build with Rhea and Charlotte wasn't great.
No.
Great match, and Rhea ended up winning it. So I was like,
Yeah, but you also got to think that it is a different person doing the writing and everything this year.
True.
So I am definitely not surprised.
Yeah. I give this a B. If I could give it a B minus, I would.
Yeah, I'm between B and C.
Yeah, the match itself was good. The story wasn't really all the way there, but because Rhea retained, I put it in the B category because I think it's kind of where it should have been anyway. I think this is where they're actually starting to build and go, okay, well, who takes down Rhea? Well, we had like a little bit of a show Monday where what's her name? I get her confused with Liv sometimes. It was Liv Morgan, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, it was Liv Morgan. Sorry, I was thinking about someone else. I was thinking
about like Tiffany Stratton. Or?
No, Bray's partner. When she was like, when she was like the crazy doll lady.
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss. Okay, yeah. But Liv Morgan came out and it threw a chair at Rhea.
Yeah, chucked it.
Yeah. Just straight up threw a chair at her head. And so there might be, so that there's like a little bit of a feud going on there, but you also have Jade Cargill, who's kind of in the background, who might do some things.
Yeah, but I feel like Jade's still...
Oh, no, I'm not saying she's going to win. I'm just saying it's a possibility that she could come out and, make a scene. You don't want to rush it. They're not going to rush her, I don't think.
She's been showing herself more on SmackDown, too, though.
True. So I think, and she's also still in kind of like a super group.
Yeah, definitely.
And we'll talk about that during WrestleMania as well. So there's women who you can kind of play with in terms of the storyline. Mm-hmm. We know the draft doesn't really matter,
and they're bringing it back again. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's not like someone's being on a SmackDown or Raw is really going to matter. So, but there's different things you could do with that. So there might be the little feud going on with Liv. And we'll see where that goes. But as a match, Becky and Rhea, I put that in B category.
Yeah, it was pretty meh.
Yeah. Now here you have the 6-man ladder match, like 6-pack tag team ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. You had Damian Priest, Finn Balor versus R-Truth and The Miz, also known as the Awesome Truth, versus Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano versus Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods.
New Day.
Versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Versus Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. So
the thing about this one, the lead up, dude, you knew Truth was getting titles.
Oh, for sure.
Now, I didn't know that they were gonna split them like they did.
I didn't know that either,
and
that was interesting. They did SmackDown and Raw tag team split.
This one I went back and watched, actually.
Yeah,
this is the only one I've actually went back and watched.
Mm-hmm.
This match. And I mean, I'll start off with WrestleMania ladder matches are usually very good.
Yeah, usually.
Big spots. It's just, they're amazing.
To have a 6-man ladder match.
6-man, that's nuts. A lot of people.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised they didn't do it like War Game style where they did 2 different rings.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So having all these guys, you got Judgment Day defending their titles. Then you start looking at the other guys. Okay, you knew R-Truth was going to get some sort of title. The A-Town Under, I think is what they call themselves.
I think so. A-Town Down Under, something like that.
Know about those guys. I don't really care. I think they're going to form a super group with Logan Paul.
Yeah.
The Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. That's who it was, right?
Yes.
They could have or could have not. I don't know. Didn't really care.
I like Ciampa and Gargano.
I do too. DIY.
Yeah. Gargano. Yeah.
They came out to a DX style entrance, which was pretty cool because R-Truth kept calling him DX. He's like, what the heck? No, we're not. So they were doing Johnny Gargano was doing like the HBK shuffle, a little shimmy.
For sure. And you kind of knew
was doing the Triple H stuff.
Yeah. And you knew Xavier Woods and Kofi weren't really going to do much in this, which is also kind of unfortunate
it's
because
sad.
As decent as a tag team as they've been kind of put in the ring as like just somebody to beat.
Jobbers.
Yeah, and it's kind of unfortunate because, they have like the New Day has like a really cool history.
Yeah, they've had their 5-time.
I think so.
5-time.
Yeah.
5-time. 5-time. 5-time.
Yeah. So it kind of sucks what they've become, which is unfortunate. But
if I had known that this match was going to be 2 sets of titles, I would have liked to see DIY because they reunited.
True.
I would have liked to see them have some, and Awesome Truth have some.
Yeah.
But it ended up being Awesome Truth and A-Town Down Under, which made no sense to me at all, and whatever. And this is also the match where I thought, Judgment Day is going to break up.
Yeah.
Because the downfall was right there.
Yep. And that didn't really happen.
And but I liked it. I
thought it was a pretty decent match.
I would definitely give it an A.
Yeah, same. I think I was nervous with how many people was going to be in this ring.
Yes.
And I thought it was going to be a mess, but it was actually a pretty decent match.
Yeah.
So, I think A is deserved. Of course, Awesome Truth got their belts, and it's been hilarious with that.
Truth is the epitome of the E in WWE. He is the entertainment of WWE. There is not one segment he's ever done since I've watched that I wasn't like, oh my God, this guy's great. Like, he's hilarious. Like, even back when he did the Little Jimmy thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they even referenced Little Jimmy, was it the next night? On Raw.
Yeah.
He's like, you're going to face the man that you can't see. And I'm surprised nobody caught that right away.
Yeah, Little Jimmy.
Like, you can't see? You're not talking about Little Jimmy, are you? Like, no, you'll see.
Yeah. And we saw about that Monday night.
Yes.
So, yeah. And then next match we got Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio.
Dragon Lee?
Well, it's...
Oh, it was supposed to be.
It's Andrade.
Yeah.
But, this... I put this in C.
I didn't get to see this one, so I'm not sure.
I'll put it there for now. It wasn't great. I kind of wish Dominic got the win. I think he should be getting the upper hand on his dad by now. And by the end of the match, Rey Mysterio, they had help by Jason Kelsey and
Lane Johnson.
Yeah. And I was kind of like, all right. I mean,
of all the matches you could have done it in, though, I don't know if I would have done it in that one.
I guess they couldn't find another match to do it in. I mean, when you look at what else is happening, I guess that's the only one you could have done it.
If I was going to do it, I think I would have done it in the Day 2 Street Profit one.
Okay, I could. In hindsight, I can see that.
I feel like I would have rather have seen it that one because you can't get into triple threat. You can't do really any singles.
Yeah, but I guess since they already kind of had Bubba there, it kind of made sense for what they did, and it was a little wonky. We'll get to that one.
I don't know.
We'll get there. But this one just could have been executed better. It seemed kind of messy.
Yeah,
and I didn't like the way it went down. Honestly, it was just like.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I definitely did like, was it Rey Mysterio was on top of Andrade's shoulders and they both jumped off of the turnbuckle?
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
I thought that was pretty damn amazing. Both of them did a crossbody. I was like, whoa, I've never seen that before.
That was awesome. And when Rey Mysterio's in there during WrestleMania, you're going to see something cool.
Yeah, and they came out with some pretty decent moves from what I saw with the highlights.
Yeah.
But like I said, didn't get to watch the whole match, so really wasn't sure of all of it.
And there's really no build to this.
No.
At all. And when I see Dom and Mysterio in the same ring together, honestly, I want it to just be them. This is like a father-son feud. I think Ray should have retired a little while ago, honestly, and I think this should be his final match.
Yeah.
I think this should be a send-off at WrestleMania, Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio for the last time, and send Ray off, and Dom should win.
A mask versus hair match,
maybe
or whatever.
Maybe
mask versus career, or something.
Like you put your career on the line, I put my hair on the line, or something. I don't know, something that kind of matches it. But
I'll put mommy on the line.
Yeah,
Ray's like, I'm taking that.
You get Rhea. He just falls immediately and takes a pin. But in terms of execution, I give it a C. I just think it could have been better. It could have been built better, and I just don't think these two guys really should have been there.
I'll have to go. Well, the thing is I could have seen it if it was a Mysterio versus Escobar or Andrade versus Escobar.
Okay.
But to add Dom into that, Dom and Mysterio already had their thing last WrestleMania. I don't think this should have been.
And there was no build to this.
He shouldn't have been in this.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrade, come to the Judgment Day, and then he comes out and helps Mysterio. Like, I don't get the whole let me keep pecking at my dad thing.
Yeah.
It's been done and over with.
Yeah. But the thing is, Ray hasn't retired, which is why they keep bringing it up. So I feel like Ray really needs to go away for real for this to be over.
I would rather see Dom go with something else. If you're going to really build him, and
he's got to be by himself.
Well, not only does he have to be by himself, he has to have his own storyline.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that. Don't get me wrong. The whole Judgment Day thing, Judgment Day's cool. Him and Mommy, it's very cringe to me, but it works very well.
Yeah.
But I just don't think he needs to be facing his dad every WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It just shouldn't.
And the only reason it does is because Ray hasn't retired. So they keep going back to the well. So it's like,
what are you going to do?
Yeah. Now, this definitely should have been better. I'm putting this in C.
Yeah.
It's really a C minus.
Jimmy
Uso versus Jey Uso. And as much as they wanted this match to happen with each other, this should have been so much better.
I read
and this
so
really
much,
sucks.
So many negative things about this.
Yeah, this match was just god awful.
And this is their dream match, like the
it's
Usos' dream match to fight each other at WrestleMania.
I'm thinking like crazy shit going down. Like these guys are just putting like everything on the line, just doing whatever they fucking can. And I was just like,
the spot that they were both in the second night when they took off the entrance.
Yeah, that was better.
That was better than their whole match.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was way more impactful. It was amazing.
Jay fucking speared him off of the ramp onto
like,
2 tables.
Yeah, like 10, 12 feet down.
They could have died.
Yeah.
So that should have been the first match, but they saved that for night 2 in a spot where they weren't even the focus.
And the thing is the people that write these matches, I definitely am putting the hate on them for this one.
Oh, 100%.
Because this has been building for a year and a half, something like that.
Yep, and we know out of their own mouths that they want this to be their WrestleMania moment.
It could have been better,
but
I don't think that's the last time.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No,
I could see them getting back together.
Yeah, the fact that Jay speared him off of the ramp, that shouldn't be the last time we hear about it.
No.
But this match could have been epic, and it just wasn't. I really feel bad for them on this one because I feel like it could have been way better, especially being night 1 WrestleMania, one of the main event Jey Uso and Jimmy and Jimmy felt like a bitch.
I think
Jimmy does not look good.
More of a jobber now. He's good,
which is unfortunate.
You know what's funny is them two tagging together. He's great.
Yeah,
he needs his brother.
He does,
but him by himself against his brother, I feel like is like Enzo's case.
Yeah.
Enzo was good with Cass.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think Jimmy's more of a mouth than he is a wrestler by himself.
Yeah.
And I don't mind it. Some people have that.
I do like that
microphone skill.
Yeah. But for what his character is right now, I think he needs to be better on the mic. If he's going to be the character he is right now, then his mic skills need to be a little bit better.
I think his mic skills are good.
They're good.
I think they're good to where he is right now. I think they're great.
Okay.
But I think his wrestling needs to step up.
I think you know what? I agree.
I think he should have trained with someone.
Yeah.
To get better. Not saying he's not good, because I obviously can't do it.
But he should be better than he is now.
But he should be.
Okay. Yeah. I agree. This next match was honestly really good to me. I thought this was a really good match.
Hold on. I want to know. Are you only saying this because your girl is right there on the bottom left?
No, because I really like Asuka as well.
Because I know you're a huge fan of
Bianca's my girl, but I love Asuka as well.
Okay.
But I'm saying this because it was actually a legitimately decent match.
There's another one I didn't get to watch. I haven't gotten back to watch. The next two I haven't gone back to watch at all.
Okay.
I really want to see the Gunther and Sammy, but I haven't seen this one or the next one.
Okay. This one is the kind of the super group. Mm-hmm. You got Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill, kind of like the new star in WWE right now in the women's circuit, against Damage Control, where you have Asuka,
Kairi Sane,
and Dakota Kai. Yeah. So decent.
How was Dakota Kai? Because I haven't seen her wrestle in quite some time.
It's been some time, and she was good.
Really?
Yeah, she was good. Like I feel like this is one of the underrated matches. I wouldn't say it was great.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was good.
Because
I think it's worth a watch.
I haven't seen her wrestle since she was with like Candice LeRae, like way back in the day.
Yeah, like finally
like
seeing
2 years ago.
Yeah, and finally seeing Jade Cargill in action.
She's
seeing
an
Dakota
animal.
Kai, and like she's really good. And I think that this was a really just good match. I like that they kept Bianca's streak going. I think that should be a thing going forward because if
you think she has the next new streak?
Yes, I don't think it's as long, but I think. If you're gonna have a streak, I think that's who it should be with on the women's side, and I like that they're kind of building on that. So far, she is 4-0 at her WrestleMania matches, and I want that to keep going. I don't know exactly how far you go with it, but I think she should reach.
You think she?
I think she should reach double digits.
Oh, do you think?
I'm thinking double digits.
Really?
I'm liking probably right about 10-0, and then she starts kind of losing.
I don't know, dude, because they could set up Jade and Bianca for like next year's WrestleMania.
They could, but they need Bianca to go heel. And if Bianca starts going heel, I think she starts like, maybe within the group. If this group continues, I think Bianca's the reason it doesn't work. I think Bianca starts looking at Jade and going like, "Oh, you think you're like the
you think
good
you're
shit?
The next big thing?
Yeah, I've been here. I've been doing this. I've been holding this company on my back. Stuff like that. So I don't think Jade is the reason the group breaks up. I think Naomi's kind of like what's going on, guys?
Naomi's the middle one.
Yeah, she's like we should be working together. Like we're a super group. We should be doing this good. And then Bianca starts getting kind of jealous of Jade and giving her like the side eye. And I think that's when Bianca actually goes heel and starts being kind of like evil Belair. And I think if this group continues, Bianca's the reason it fails. And I think that then starts the kind of feud. Now, as far as her WrestleMania streak continues, in that case, maybe it doesn't last that long.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Bianca beating Jade.
Now,
and I don't think Jade should be Bianca.
What if they make it to Royal Rumble and one throws the other out of the ring?
Yeah, well, then we're starting to talk about a feud for
exactly.
real. So
yeah.
So, and maybe Jade could be like, "Oh, it was just business," and because I think Jade definitely throws Bianca over.
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah,
yeah. So, oh no, it was just business. I gotta come in here. I gotta do my thing.
And then she's like, "Oh, you think you're big and bad?" Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And even if she does win, then you could possibly set up a Bianca versus say Rhea.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania, and Bianca comes in and screws over, Jade versus Rhea, and Bianca comes in and screws her over.
Yeah.
And then you
get
this
the
was
real
my
WrestleMania
one.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you get like the real feud. So I like that. There's so many things you can do with this.
Maybe you get something like Sammy and KO, how they were with their feud.
Yeah.
But on a girl's side.
Maybe. Yep. So Jade looks great. I wish she had a better match after WrestleMania than just putting her in there with Chelsea Green and having a quick match. I'm like,
yeah, that was
you laced up for this.
Very short.
Yeah, I was like, if I want to see Jade in a match, I want to see her like with some competition. She just got out of WrestleMania, and you give her Chelsea Green, so whatever. But this match, I feel like it was underrated. I put it in B. Decent match. This next one,
there's mixed feelings about this.
Not really care for this one on a personal level, but I'm going to try to be objective.
Yep. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Because I feel the same way. And I know me, you, and Mike both all feel the same. Or not both, but all three of us feel the same way.
Yeah.
We're not mad. We're not mad that Gunther lost the title, but we definitely don't think it should have been Sammy.
Yeah.
Because just like another match that we'll mention, it didn't make sense why he was there.
Yeah.
Why were you there to end the streak? So no, I definitely think that with the way it was set up, a month prior or 2 months prior?
This match?
Yeah.
About a month.
A month prior.
Yeah.
Chad Gable came back, and we were all thinking, Chad Gable's got the best chance of winning, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be him. No, Sammy beats him to have the chance at WrestleMania to beat Gunther.
Yeah, the qualifying match.
But where's the story behind that? Yeah, he lost it to him.
And Sammy won in a roll-up. Unbelievable.
Honestly, I don't really care too much about the roll-up, but the fact that he
didn't need it.
And I mean, maybe this is another way of saying sorry about last year. But I mean, he got the tag team titles last year, so
Yeah.
Why are we continuing this?
This is Sami Zayn versus Gunther, by the way. I don't think we said that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Why are we continuing this?
Yeah.
Really, honestly. Gable should have had it. Gable should have had that run.
Yep.
We've all been waiting for it. He's the guy that was the closest to beating Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been, and no hate on Sami at all.
Yeah, but this would have been Gable's WrestleMania moment.
It would have been,
and this would have been a great crowning achievement. This would have been great for him. He said he swears on his I think he said on his kid's life that he's gonna get that belt. He's gonna win against Gunther. Mm-hmm. So that was the storyline, and they had it right there. And it's like, why gave it up? Sami? Yeah, Sami doesn't need this belt. Sami doesn't need this run. He doesn't need this championship.
And Sami has had the belt before, so now he's like a two-time.
So it's like, why would you just completely forget a good? It's right there, and that was the most confusing thing about this storyline, because it was like Gable's been going for this forever. Give it to Gable. I don't understand why you would do that.
Maybe this sets up. Now maybe they can be like, "Hey, you owe me," or something like that.
Well, that's what they're doing.
I don't
because
know.
In Montreal, Sami's going to face Gunther or Gable for the belt.
But that's in Montreal. You got to think home field advantage.
Yeah, I know.
No,
so I don't think he's good. Yeah,
I don't like that. I don't.
This is a weird feud. The feud should have been Gable and Gunther.
Maybe Gunther comes in and says, "No, I'll interfere because I need my rematch first."
Maybe.
And then sets up a triple threat, and then he wins. I mean,
maybe.
I'm fine with that, but we should have just taken those 2 steps out.
Yeah, I know.
Done it right the first time.
Yeah, we say this all the time. Like when Sami was going against Roman, it was like,
it was right there,
and it's like, yeah, but
LA Knight versus Roman, right there.
Yeah,
Jay versus Roman.
But I knew LA Knight wasn't getting that. It was a crown jewel.
Still. I mean,
but
think about it.
And they took like a week to build it.
If it wasn't there, and they put a little more time and effort into all these storylines,
absolutely,
that could have worked.
Yeah.
We'd have been happy.
Yeah, but because it was a crown jewel, everybody knew LA when I was on that.
Wrestling fans would have rejoiced and been happy.
Yeah,
but we're not.
Yeah, and you do it at crown jewel like 5:00 p.m. or something, or it was something
3
like that.
o'clock.
It was like Saudi Arabia, so everybody knew LA Knight wasn't winning that one, unfortunately. But they should have took some time more to build that. But there's so many other matches where we could have been like, hey, Roman should have lost that. But whatever, we're here now.
Where are you putting it at?
But I'm putting this match in C. It
wasn't a failure.
Spamming finishers. We had like 6 hell of a kicks, so I was like, all right. It was just. It shouldn't have been Sami. So honestly, the reason this match wasn't good to me is because it should have been Sami in the first fucking place.
I've got another reason why it's not good, but I'll wait until we get to the match and I want to talk to about it, because there's another match that, to me, I would have been like, I understand why they didn't give him the title, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
All right, and the next one was kind of the big one of the night. This was the main event. This was
Here's my thing about this being the main event. Do you remember back when WrestleMania started being 2 nights a couple years ago?
Yes.
A few years ago?
Yeah. I think after 32.
I want to say that they were doing like the big title on one show and then the big title on the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd they do 2 big titles in one day, and they didn't make this like I don't know, the first match of the night or something like that? I don't know. I have a problem with the way where they place their matches.
Well, when you have The Rock, it's not going to be not the main event.
You knew he was going to be there the next night too, though. I mean, I don't know. That's fine. That's fine. In that aspect, I get it. But the way they set up their matches, like this next one after this, first match of the night? What the hell?
Yeah, I don't think this should have been the first match. I think it should have been... But the thing is, you also had 2 other belts near. So I would have put this near the main event. I would have put this right before the main event.
Yeah.
So I don't like the way they place that either. We'll talk about that. But I agree with you. But when you have The Rock, you're gonna put him in the main event, both ish nights.
But this is Seth and Cody versus Roman and The Rock.
Yeah, and
which is funny because all 3 of them had belts.
Yeah.
Now one that had a belt goes to the other guy.
This match, in terms of, I'm going to try to take personal feelings out of it, but it's really, really hard. I didn't really care that this match was a thing.
Why?
I didn't think it was necessary. I thought it was kind of dumb. I didn't want to see a tag match with these guys who are also going to have a match the next day. I was just like, I don't care about a tag match. I want to see Cody versus Roman. I want to see that night 2, which is what happened, sure. But I don't need to see a tag team with Roman and The Rock.
I think that would have been good at the previous pay-per-view. That could have been the main event.
At the previous pay-per-view, yeah. And we were talking about how The Rock should have faced off against Roman like 3 to 5 years ago. But they ended up trying to do it this year. They had to pivot because everybody was like, you straight up just stole it away from Cody, who just won the Royal Rumble again.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Twice in a row.
Back to back.
Yeah, back to back. Like, why would you know? So this was a pivot. Obviously, this wasn't planned. We know that. And they had Rock end up
he brought out his
teaming
belt.
up. Yeah, the People's Championship belt, which was a new belt that was bestowed upon him at the what is it, Hall of Fame?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, by like his mom, I believe, or something like that. Like,
see, I didn't know that.
It was a belt that was given to him.
I thought he was just came in there, made up a belt, and was like, "Hey, I'm bringing it."
No, this was like a belt that was given to him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he has the People's Championship belt, which is not an official belt. It's kind of just his belt.
Is this like Zack Ryder and the Internet belt?
Maybe
the Internet Championship or whatever.
Yeah, they're trying to make it prestigious, and if they do what I think they're gonna do, The Rock is gonna put it on the line. Maybe I don't know.
You would have to change the logo.
Because it's the Brahma Bull.
It can't be the Brahma Bull.
Yeah, you have to change it. Like, so I don't know.
Because right now
it's just a showpiece.
Right now, I mean, you could put it on. I mean, the People's Champion today.
Yeah,
it could be Cody. It could be L.A. Knight. It could be Randy Orton. It could be John. I mean, it could be multiple people.
That's why I don't think this belt's actually going to be on the circuit.
No,
because they're going to have to redo all of it. But it's a belt, whatever. But this, I just didn't care.
It's like Braun Strowman's greatest Royal Rumble belt. It won't be defended.
Kinda, yeah. I just didn't care about this match really.
Okay.
The Rock and Roman ended up winning. The Rock pinned Cody.
You knew it was going to happen though.
What do you mean?
You knew they were going to win.
Oh yeah, of course.
You have to have that momentum heading into the next night.
Insurmountable odds, things like that. Sure. The Rock ended up pinning Cody, which of course set up Monday, but Cody did not pin Roman, and Roman didn't pin Cody or Seth.
Yeah.
So you set up that Monday. Fast forwarding a little bit, you set up the whole thing where The Rock said, "I pinned you, but you didn't pin me. You pinned Roman." Yeah. So fast forwarding Monday, that's what happened. But coming back to this match, it was a B match. It was good. I didn't give a shit.
I think anything with The Rock is at least a B match.
Yeah, I'm glad
it's gotta be.
I'm glad I was proven wrong. I thought The Rock was going to be gassed.
He looked good.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be kind of slow in there.
Because this was the other one I watched from that day.
Yeah, so he actually looked good.
Wow. Yeah. I love seeing how big he is, and he's moving around and doing, like you said, he thought he was going to be gassed. No, he looked great.
Yeah, it looked good. He
did the kip up thing. He did everything possible. Like, looked great. Doesn't look like he skipped a day.
Yeah. So I'm glad The Rock actually did put on a hell of a show. But again, like I said, it's a B match. But in terms of the match itself, I don't care.
Let's go to night 2.
Night 2, they started off.
This is
with
when
this match.
we were at my guys' house. Shout out my guys.
Shout out my guys.
For the second year in a row, I think we might do a tradition with this.
Yeah.
Almost getting raped by a dog. And,
his dog was in heat.
Listening to Kevin yell at the dog. But it was a good time. It was definitely a great time. I definitely look forward to doing it again next year.
Yep.
I almost missed it.
Yeah.
I thought about not going.
Yeah. I'm glad you ended up coming through.
And ended up having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I ended up not drinking my cider. I thought
nobody ate the chips.
Nobody ate the chips.
Damn it. They're up there.
Oh, that's a new pack. That's
is that a new one?
Yeah.
I was like, they're still up there.
I got a new pack for D&D night.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, they actually started off the night with a title match, and it was Seth freaking Rollins and Drew McIntyre.
I gotta talk about
CM Punk at the commentator desk.
I gotta talk about the entrances now that I watched
it was so
this
fun.
Night all the way through.
Yeah,
we gotta talk about the entrances.
Entrances like this are why I love Seth. I absolutely love Seth.
And this is actually a group of people. I have to look it up again. I can't remember who it was, but Seth Rollins came out with this crazy group of people. Tell them real quick.
Oh, like how the entrance happened? Oh, well, it was like he came out with a bunch of like suited up, almost not Margarita. I'm sorry. Damn it! What do they do in New Orleans?
Oh yeah.
What do you call that?
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. Jeez, I couldn't get the word out. But
Mummers Parade people.
Yeah.
Is that what? Mummers from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
String Band Association.
I was positive it had something to do with Philadelphia because he wouldn't just do that randomly.
I mean,
but because everything Rollins does has something tying into what it. So I felt like it had something to do with Philadelphia. It ended up being that. But they had like these Mardi Gras outfits. People came out like with tubas and trombones and instruments and like suited up and all this flashy gear. And Rollins, the show person that he is, came out in like this massive suit and top hat, and he just looked insane. But Rollins, I love Rollins for a very specific reason because of just how good at being a showman he is, and I love that about him.
And you know the crazy part, I mean, dude, I hope he continues the crazy entrances.
Yeah,
because every entrance he had, even wasn't it last year he had the Rihanna suit?
Yeah, like yeah, it was like all pink and he had like this suit.
Or no, I'm sorry, top. It wasn't. It couldn't have been that. It was the Shawn Michaels suit.
Yeah,
but Rihanna's coat, dress thing, whatever, he
it was
had
like a
that
big
as
coat.
Well.
Yeah.
But I hope he continues those. They're great. Obviously, we know that it seems like he's hurt. Actually hurt.
Yeah.
So we probably won't see him
for a while.
It'll be a while.
Months. Yeah, and this is something I was kind of worried about with him pulling double duty, is because Rollins has been doing so much. He's been, I can hear you. Rollins has been doing a lot, so it's one of those things where it's like, I get that you want your top guy being the top guy and you want him being out there and showing off, but it's like when you put so much strain on the body, when he's working so much, something's gonna happen. And it looks like he actually did get hurt, so that sucks.
There's a video of it was Jay, Sammy, and Kevin Owens all helping him up and kind of walking away.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even when he got up the ramp, he was still limping pretty badly. So
I don't think it was kayfabe. I think it was
think it might be
legit.
real.
Yeah,
but like the whole thing about my back and this and that, I think could be real. But I think it's definitely not as real as this probably.
Yeah,
is.
I think his back is fine. They wouldn't make such a big deal out of it if it was real. I don't think. And the way Rollins is wrestling and moving, I think his back is fine. I think it actually is his leg this time, though.
And then, of course, Drew tried to do the Braveheart.
Yeah, he came in on the Braveheart entrance.
I mean, it was okay. I would have rather seen. I think it was Kevin said, "Come out to CM Punk's music" or something. That.
Yeah,
that'd have been great.
Trolling CM Punk, who was
CM Punk was at commentary already.
Yeah,
and so, I mean, they got into the match. The match was good. It definitely was good. There was one point, though, at the very end, the way it ended, I was kind of like, why do it that way? Rollins took 2 Claymores, I want to say, something like that. And I was like, why?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. It just...
3. I think it might have been 3 total because Drew started with the Claymore. Yeah.
But he just kind of... It just like he gave up. That was it. It was done. And I didn't really.
It was a couple moves here and there, but most of them were just finishers.
Yeah, but at the very end, there was 2 of them in a row, and I'm like, I don't agree with the way you ended it. Like,
yeah, it wasn't
it
great.
Could have been better.
Yeah, because the Claymore itself isn't a great finisher. It's just a drop kick. Like I don't really like the Claymore as a finisher, honestly. Anyway, I think the curb stomp is way better because it's like basically stomping on someone's head.
Yeah.
So
I do like the way afterwards though.
Yeah.
So Drew gets in CM Punk's face, basically, I did this, you couldn't do this, blah blah blah. You couldn't beat him, I did. CM Punk gets up, taking off his arm brace. Looks like he's better.
Yep, takes it off, beats him in the face with his arm brace.
Yeah, and what I found funny about that was about this next part is that Seth goes, "You fucking deserve it, man. You fucking deserve it."
Oh yeah, he said you fucking deserve it. Yeah.
And then when CM Punk beats the crap out of him, Damian Priest music hits.
Yep. I was like, this is how it happened. I'm glad he cashed in.
Yeah. We didn't know if he was gonna win.
I'm not great. I'm not happy with the result. Where do you put this match? I don't know if it's an A, but I also don't know if it's a B. Like in totality with the cash in, like where do you put this match at? Because I'm confused. Honestly,
man, I'm like right in between.
Yeah, like this could be a solid B plus, but it also could be like an A minus.
For you, since you got to watch. Since I watched the highlights,
yeah. In terms
go off of the tag match with The Rock, no personal feelings,
right?
Because you've got personal feelings in both these matches.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about I'm looking at what's in B, and I think this match is on par with all of those.
Okay, go B.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in B.
I definitely don't think it's A.
Yeah,
just purely because
of how it was done.
Yeah, but I mean, people will remember a cash in.
Yeah,
but people always remember like the ladder matches and stuff. So I don't think it was on par with that. Now this next match. Oh, and Damian Priest won. Yeah. So,
Damian Priest came in, cashed in, and gave Drew a pretty cool looking finisher. Ended up pinning him, and he won the World Heavyweight Championship. So, Damian Priest, I did not think it was going to happen. I kind of didn't want it to happen, but Damian Priest is the World Heavyweight Championship champion. So, it is what it is. I will see how long he runs with it. We'll see how it happens. I'm not the biggest Priest fan. I don't really care for the guy. I don't think he should have the championship, but we'll see what happens. It'll grow. Maybe it'll grow on me. Maybe it'll be a good run. We'll see. B for that match.
This is probably the one match that I would put on the bottom. This next one.
In terms of what is in C,
yeah.
Maybe
I was not a huge fan of this match.
In terms of what it's in C, yeah.
We also didn't know that Bubba Ray was going to be involved.
Yeah, Bubba Ray was the guest referee.
When the hell was that decided?
I don't think it was until that night.
That had to have been spur of the moment.
It had to have been, because I didn't hear anything about that. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus Final Testament in a 6-man tag team Philadelphia street fight, which is basically like a TLC match. You can kind of do whatever you want. Guys was beating each other with kendo sticks, and you had chairs show up, and tables got pulled immediately.
Especially with Bubba being there.
Yeah, and it was very short too. Like, I just forgot their name. Final Testament. Okay, they got in Bubba's face. Bubba puts on his 3D glasses, and he says, get the tables and all that type of stuff. Bubba, immediately turns on the Final Testament. It was too quick.
I thought at that point...
It was rushed.
Devon might have came out.
Yeah.
I thought he would have done the Bubba Cutter or the Bubba Bomb.
Yeah.
Something.
And the Street Profits ended up kind of being...
being Devon.
Being Devon.
But it just... It was thrown together really weird.
Yeah, it was a mess of a match.
I didn't expect Lashley and the Profits to really win. Yeah, they got their butts beat for the past 2 months or month or whatever. Which
I thought they were going to win based off of just them being good.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to win because Bubba decided to go rogue.
Obviously, I like Damian, or not Damian Priest, I'm sorry.
Street Profits?
Karrion Kross.
Oh, Karrion Kross. Okay.
Karrion Kross is. I'm a fan of his.
Yeah.
I do like AOP. Razor and Lazar and Brazar or whatever the hell their names are. Hey, that rhymed too. Yeah, that was cool. I'm a fan of them as well because they were doing the whole NXT Tag Team Championship and all that. But
yeah.
I think that's a group that should thrive.
Mm-hmm.
We've kind of seen Lashley and the Street Profits try to do their thing, but
I don't think they've been able to.
It's not working.
Yeah,
we thought they were going to do Hurt Business 2.0.
But here's the problem. I don't think it's their fault.
Who do you think it's the fault of?
I think it's the writing. Because they are more than capable. We've seen, especially Ford, we've seen what he can do on the mic. We've seen how good he is in the ring. And even with the other guy who isn't necessarily too big on the mic or great in the ring, they work as a group. I like the Street Profits as a tag team. I thought Lashley was going to come in kind of be, like you said, Hurt Locker 2.0. I thought they were finally going to go actually full-on heel, full-on evil, and they didn't write him that way. And now they also turned into like a team that kept losing. And I'm like, that's not how you build a good tag team. That's not how you build like a what's it called, like a dominant tag team.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they were written properly because nothing changed.
I think one of the things I would kind of have a problem with them turning into like a heel, like a Hurt Locker 2.0. Everybody likes the Street Profits too much. It wasn't.
That's fine. No, that's fine. You can do that because you can do that like how they did with Stone Cold. Stone Cold went heel, people still cheered for him because they like Stone Cold. It's fine if you get cheered on. Brock Lesnar went heel, people still cheered for him. So it's fine if the crowd likes you, but you still want to be evil. And if you want to get the crowd on not on their side, then they can act like elitists. They can act like they're better than the crowd. They can come out and insult the fans.
They can Jericho everybody.
They can, like you can write them in a way that they're able to do that, and they weren't able to really shine. They kind of just got Bobby Lashley, and then they went back in the background. And I'm like, what are you doing with this group?
I don't know.
So I don't think that they were written in a way to actually make them shine because they were better off without Lashley. So since Lashley got there, make them even bigger than that. Make them larger than life. And I honestly don't think that it was on their side in terms of writing and in terms of like character building. I don't think that it was done properly. I don't put that on them, honestly, because I think they're better than what we've been seeing from them.
Yeah.
But this match was a D for sure.
It definitely a D. I was trying to find out who wrote the match for that, but I can't find it. I don't know. Lashley, I don't know how to say this. I haven't really been a fan of Lashley since he had all the belts in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Since then, I'm just, he's the same guy.
Yeah. And again, I think he's better than what he's shown us too.
Yeah. But I don't think that Street Profits need to be in a faction. I think they can do their thing on their own and be better than what they are right now.
Ford, for sure.
They definitely were. Oh, yeah. Ford could be singles for sure.
He almost overshot the
frog splash.
Yeah, like he went over the top of the turnbuckle.
When he went over the buckle.
When he went over the turnbuckle, yeah, he almost went to the crowd.
He almost went over the barrier. But no, I mean, it could have been better. It really could have been. And I think with that being such a bad match, I do feel like the Philadelphia Eagles thing, that match would have been better. Or bring in Devon. Maybe Devon wasn't available. I don't know. But do something better. It wasn't good.
It wasn't great. Yeah,
it wasn't.
Yeah. It should have been better than what it was. There was really no build or anything. There was no payoff really. It wasn't really for anything.
Yeah.
So it was just like,
you want to talk about
Street Profits? Just should have been. They just should be better than what they are.
They should. I think Bobby could just be a manager, if anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to be.
Let him do their thing.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Honestly, let them do their thing.
Yeah.
But in terms of a build-up, though, this next match definitely was a lot better.
Yeah.
These guys were fighting during WrestleMania week off shows.
Yeah. This was, like, LA Knight almost got a freaking concussion because, like, he got slammed on the hard ground.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
I was like, that could have been bad.
Fans were watching them, and they were recording. I'm like, somebody break this up.
Yeah, this was good. So you had AJ Styles and LA Knight.
Yeah.
This match,
It was good.
really good.
Yeah.
I'm putting it in an S.
I would say
I'm
S.
putting it in S tier, dude. Like, this match was beautiful.
And think about it. LA Knight, one of your most over superstars, and AJ Styles, one of the best of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, and this finally makes LA Knight have some more momentum.
Yep.
Because I think they kind of put him on the back burner a little bit, and I was like, oh no, he's losing steam. They're gonna bury him. Oh no. So they finally got him a new feud. It's looking good. They went in there and kicked ass.
Oh yeah.
This was such a good match.
It was good.
They both put their all into this match, and LA Knight looked like a legitimately good champion. AJ Styles looked like a legitimately strong bad guy, and LA obviously is huge.
Problem.
What's the problem?
What do you do with him now?
With both of them?
Well, let's say with LA Knight because he won. What do you do with him now?
LA Knight's got to get the U.S. title.
But what have we said about that?
What?
Logan Paul ain't losing that until at least SummerSlam.
That's fine.
But what do you do with him in the meantime, though? What do you do with LA Knight?
You build a feud.
You build a 6-month feud?
Or you could.
I mean, he already had that small feud.
Build a bigger one. Have him talking shit about Logan. Have Logan talking shit about him. Remember, this is a weekly basis. So 1 week, they're talking shit. Next week, maybe they kind of get in each other's face. Next week after that, maybe a brawl breaks out. Okay. Next week after that, we'll cut a promo. This is going to happen.
Okay, there's a month.
We have a match. LA Knight loses ugly.
So we are...
Logan cheats.
We're in April, so we're at the end of April.
Yeah.
May, June, July.
Yeah, Logan cheats like he does because he's a heel. And then, LA Knight's he's pissed off about that. He's like, you didn't beat me clean, all this. Brawl breaks out, puts him through a table. Maybe even build off an injury. Maybe somebody gets hurt. Maybe LA Knight gets hurt. And he's building off an injury. He's in a cast. He's like, yeah, the guy put me in this. He's a chump, all this, blah, 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 blah. You build up into maybe SummerSlam. You have a title match. I know SummerSlam is wasn't Logan's hometown or something like that?
It's in Cleveland, exactly.
Yeah, it's in Cleveland. So LA Knight embarrasses Paul. He wins the U.S. title in Cleveland.
I'd be fine with that, but you've got 3 months to do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like Logan beats somebody this next month at Backlash.
Backlash, yeah.
So beat somebody at Backlash. That'd be May. Then you get into June.
Yeah.
And after that Backlash, you start talking just a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Talk.
Yep, keep building up.
Or even, here we go. Like you said, give LA Knight his... Oh, Mason's trying out quarterback right now.
Oh, nice.
He can't throw, but... Give him the U.S. title match.
Okay.
And then Logan Paul beats him, but gets disqualified because he slams his arm in a chair. Or
brass knuckles.
A-Town Down Under and Logan Paul, they do like a shield thing.
Okay.
They put him through something and break his arm or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, no, my arm. Come in cast next week. You didn't beat me, blah, blah, blah. I'm out of action for I don't know how long.
Yeah, exactly.
And leave it like that.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Like, we're 3 months for what the era we're in right now should be nothing. Yeah. They just built Roman up for 4 years. So you can do 3 months.
Yeah.
So I think a 3 month long feud to where LA Knight wins a U.S. championship, perfect. And that's a longer run for Logan.
Yeah.
So Logan has a really good U.S. title run. Yeah, he actually defends it once or twice in between then. And LA Knight comes in and he takes care of business. He wins LA Knight. He wins the U.S. championship.
He's gonna have it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, he's got to.
Is he gonna lose it? I don't know.
I think he should.
But he's gonna have it there.
Yeah. You really, really don't like LA Knight if they have him lose at
whenever
SummerSlam. Yeah, and because he just beat AJ Styles. So you have him go through all these. He went through The Miz, went through Bray Wyatt, rest in peace. He went through AJ Styles. He's been through the ringer with all of these people.
Roman.
I was just about to say that. Roman for the championship, and he did well. Obviously, he wasn't going to win because it was Crown Jewel, and it was Roman. But
damn Saudis.
Yeah. And you have this long build. If you don't have him win a belt, somebody's pissed off at LA Knight or something like that. So he's got to win. It's going to be a mid card championship to where he will carry very well. U.S. championship, actual feud, because apparently LA Knight and Logan don't like each other. So you have a real feud there, and you have some struggle before he gets there. LA Knight wins the U.S. championship. Yeah. I love it. But this match, S tier for sure.
Oh, for sure. Next one, I actually...
Speaking of Logan.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Wasn't bad. It's at least a B.
I put it in A.
It's okay, we'll do A.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say it's not S, and it's at least a B.
Yeah.
Logan
Paul versus Kevin
Owens and Randy
Orton. Triple threat match for the U.S. championship.
You saw the Prime guy come out, and you knew instantly that guy's going to get involved.
Oh, yeah, and he did.
But
not even really pivotally. He just got it for a show. I thought it was cool.
But, I mean, dude, I loved the Kevin Owens golf cart.
Yeah.
And then
he came out with the golf cart.
He gets all the way to the ring, and then Randy Orton's thing hits, and he's like, you know what?
Hop on back.
Puts the golf cart in reverse, goes all the way up the ramp. He's like, whoa, man, hold on.
He's like, oh, shit.
He's like, get on the back. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
So he goes down there, and then he hauls ass down the ring. Randy's like, hey, slow down, damn it.
You see Kevin, you see KO on the front duct tape.
Yeah, that was funny. But, I mean, because Logan Paul came out on a big old truck, a big old Prime truck. And so they teamed up. They were beating the crap out of Logan, and then it came to the point where they're like, all right.
Like, we doing this?
I've got to pin him, too. What are we doing?
Yeah. And then they kind of looked at each other and they're like, we're going to fight? Go. He's like, we're going to fight. So they just start.
So they start going at it. And then, go. Yeah. Logan gets back in, go. And then, what's that guy's name? I Am Speed? Speed shows up, ends up helping out with the suit.
Yeah, the Prime outfit.
The Prime bottle.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be KSI or, I even thought Jake Paul could have been in there.
I thought it was too small for Jake Paul.
Yeah, he was in the crowd.
Yeah.
He was in the crowd, actually, so.
Yep.
Speed, which I don't know how or why.
Just another internet personality. That's all it is. Like, that's Logan's thing. He just knows internet people.
Yeah. So he barks at Randy, and I had to bleep it out. He was cussing during it. So I was like, oh, they're actually bleeping this out.
They didn't bleep it out well either. Mm-mm. They were late on a couple of those F-bombs.
Yeah. But Randy RKO'd him on the top of the table.
The table did not break.
Yeah.
Speed body's bounces.
That looked horrible.
I was like, ooh, is he dead?
But
and then I like that Mike's
Mike's cousin
Kevin. Yeah, Kevin was like, you're gonna have to put like a chalk outline on the table where Speed was. I was like, yeah, that made him dead. He didn't move
at all.
I was like, he is out. So I like that. I thought that was funny. It was a good feature.
Yeah.
Kevin, what I did not expect was Logan to win clean. He did win clean.
He did.
I was like, wow, that's surprising.
Even if you throw somebody out of the ring after somebody gets hit with a finisher, I still think that's clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he didn't win off like knocking somebody out, really.
But he did hit the frog splash and
pinned.
He pinned him. So I mean, it was good.
Yeah,
and that was one thing I really wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
I said that too. I was like, specifically, if he wins, I don't want to see him use the brass knuckles.
Yeah,
he tried, but he didn't get to.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was technically clean.
It was clean.
Yeah,
so I was happy about that.
So I knew Logan was going to retain. I feel like he should have anyway because there's really no reason for Kevin or Randy to win it. There's really no history there with either one of them, and it's just a nice triple threat match. And it was a good match. It was surprisingly really good.
Oh, it was really good.
I put it in A tier. And, good match. And I'm looking forward to when Logan loses it to LA Knight.
This next one kind of surprised me.
I was surprised.
And I think it's the same thing.
I thought it was going to be a little bit better, though.
I did, too.
It
wasn't good.
On Io's part.
Yes.
Because I think Bayley did her thing. Mm-hmm. Bayley showed out. Bayley was doing great. Io didn't look like
Io.
It didn't look like she was as good as she could have been. I will put this in B, though. I think it's B. I think that's because Bayley saved it. If Bayley wasn't as good, it would have been down here.
Yeah. It's somewhere between those two.
You know what? Based on Bayley's story, And I really hope she's not forgotten because it seems like they really haven't been saying much about her. I'm going to put in C.
Okay, so the reason I think it should be in C, Io didn't look like Io. All she did was literally beat Bayley. She didn't use a lot of technical moves or anything. She didn't jump off the top rope like she usually does.
Damage Control didn't get involved even though they came out.
Damage Control did not get involved.
Even though they came out.
I would have rather of them gotten involved and Bayley beat the crap out of each of them.
Yeah, and actually win.
And then win.
Yeah, but they came out and they just like went right backstage.
Yeah,
I was like, why are they
for
here?
The match.
Yeah, so it was really weird that they even came out. And also too, I was talking to a coworker about this, and I hope we're right. It's not that Bayley's story has been forgotten. It's that Triple H, it has been kind of put on the back burner right now, but Triple H is going to have something building for her later now that she's the champion. I think they should, because the fact that Bayley has been so patient, the fact that she's been so good, the fact that this storyline is as good as it is mainly because of Bayley, I think we should have more attention put on Bayley as the champion now, and she carried this match.
Oh, for sure.
Because Io did not show out like I thought she would.
No.
So the only reason it's in C is mainly because of everything we just said, but Bayley was great. Bayley was fantastic.
I mean, if we're just basing it off of Bayley saving a whole match, it could be an A.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was basically a one-sided match this whole time, I don't know.
It could have been better. This was for the women's championship belt. And it looked like Bayley was going for that. It didn't look like Io really was. And the fact that Damage Control showed their face but didn't get involved was really weird. So it was kind of awkward. It was a C for that, but Bayley did a great job. And I hope that her story grows and continues and changes into something really good.
I'm very curious what you think about this next one.
Last but not least.
Put it somewhere, because I really want to know.
Last but not least.
This is what we've been waiting for 2 months.
Yes.
This has been
I'm going to announce it. We'll talk about it. I'm going to announce it. This is the final final match for the night.
Weekend.
Final match for WrestleMania weekend. The main event, night 2. Cody is trying to finish the story. You have Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, undisputed champion, versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, winning back-to-back Royal Rumbles to get to this spot. Let's talk about the match.
Say it. I thought it was a really good match.
It was a good match.
My opinion.
I'm floating again. I'm on the fence again.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Okay.
We all basically knew Cody was going to take this.
For sure. We just had to see how.
We had to see how. We knew the bloodline was going to get involved.
Yeah.
How involved, we didn't know.
And who was going to stop them from trying to stop getting involved.
Now, and this is the thing with, I think, all 4 of us that night.
Mm-hmm.
We were all, okay, Jimmy's going to get involved. That was a given.
Yeah.
Jey Uso took him out. Cool. Great. Yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Solo. You knew Solo was coming.
Yep.
John Cena
appearance.
came out and took care of Solo.
Yep.
Then,
which was kind of cool there because like that's a bit of a throwback to last year.
Yeah.
When Cena lost to Solo.
Exactly.
So Cena kind of gets his get back. They're kind of finishing their story. This was the night of story finishing.
I was just gonna say I was gonna get to that at the end of this.
Yeah.
But then The Rock came back. And took care of John Cena.
Yep. Kind of finishing that story because they had a feud.
Yep. And then Seth Rollins came out and went to go get The Rock, but Roman...
Wait, that was after Jimmy, though, wasn't it?
No, because The Rock was in the ring.
I thought Jimmy and Jay happened...
Because The Rock was going to hit Cody with the belt.
Yeah.
He had the Mama Rhodes belt, remember?
Yeah.
So he was going to hit him with it, and then the Shield music hit. And we all thought, oh, shit, Dean Ambrose is back? What? We haven't seen him in AEW in a while. Then it ended up being Seth, but Roman Superman punched him and basically knocked him out of existence. We never saw him ever again. And then after that, I'm telling you. Come on.
I thought when The Rock had the Mama Rhodes belt, and he was about to hit Cody with it. That's when Undertaker came out. And then
came out,
before that,
Cena.
Jimmy got speared off the ramp.
Okay, so Rock only came out for Cena.
Right. And then gave him a rock bottom.
Well, I want to say Jay was the first one to come out, and then that's when him and Jimmy went straight off the ramp.
Okay.
And then was Cena.
And that was that ties in with their feud going on. They had their match before, and then Jimmy
Solo
Jay
came
gets
out.
him off. Solo came out to give a spear to Cody again because he was about to give another Crossroads. Then he did.
John Cena
he
came
got
out.
him, but then Cena came out because because Roman pinned. He pulled Roman over Cody. Cody kicked out. Solo was looking crazy about it. Cena came out and then took care of Solo. That finishes their story.
And The Rock came out.
Then The Rock came out. Final boss.
John Cena.
Yes.
Rock
bottom.
That
Cena rolls out.
That was throwback to like a few years ago for their WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he takes the belt off.
Yep. Then he took the
says
belt
Mama
off.
Rhodes on the belt.
That's when Seth's or the Shield's music hit.
Oh, okay.
And then Roman, he goes to hit The Rock with the chair, but Roman Superman punches him.
Right.
And then
picks up the
Roman
chair.
picked up the chair.
Yeah.
And was going to hit Cody, but he went to Seth because that's what happened with them.
But what was The Rock doing?
The Rock was out of the way.
He was watching it?
He was watching.
Then who took out Roman?
Hold on.
Okay.
So I'm trying to remember now because I think Cody did somehow.
Okay. Because so Rollins turns to. I thought I didn't know The Rock was watching this happen.
So after
further review
after the instant replay, we have talked about it, and Cena came out, AA'd Roman, got Solo out of the ring.
Yeah.
And then in comes The Rock. Rock takes out John Cena.
Right.
John Cena is out on the ground. Rock gets the belt off. It says Mama Rhodes. Going to hit Cody with it. The Shield music hits. Everybody thought Dean Ambrose was coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, Seth goes into the ring with the chair to hit The Rock.
Yeah, with the Shield gear on.
With the Shield gear. And Roman
super punches
him like no other.
Yeah. It was a big one.
So then he goes to take care of Cody again.
Yep. About to slap him with the belt.
The Rock does.
Yeah.
And the Undertaker's music hits.
Yep.
Which
lights go pitch black. Undertaker's music hits. And we were like,
why?
Yeah. So, cool.
Yeah.
Great moment.
Yes.
But in terms of everybody else who came out, absolutely no sense.
He didn't have much history at all with The Undertaker.
No, not at all.
Barely. He had more history with Triple H and more history with the man that we all thought was going to come out.
Stone Cold. Yeah.
Apparently, the rumor is that Stone Cold couldn't reach an agreement with the money he wanted to be paid to show up to do it.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever. Maybe one day we'll ask him. But that's neither here or now. So, Undertaker comes out, choke slam
to hell. The Rock.
Which they're getting worse and worse, man.
Choke slams?
They're not what they used to be.
No.
And I really wish they would stop.
Should have been a tombstone.
Should have been Stone Cold Stunner.
Well, it should have been a stunner, but if you're going to have the Undertaker out there, it should have been tombstone.
Or the pedigree. I'd have been fine with that, too.
But, well, that would have been done with Triple H
or
Seth Rollins. So,
I'm
just saying, like, according to the character who was in the ring, it should have been a tombstone.
But lights go out. Undertaker choke slams him.
Lights go back out. Undertaker's not there because he's the dead man.
And then Seth's crawling up on one side of the ring. Cody's crawling up on the other. Roman sees the chair, gets the chair, and he's going to hit Cody, but he turns around, smacks it in the back of Seth, which
finishes that
story from years ago.
Yep, when Seth betrayed him.
And then I don't know how he did it, but Cody ends up turning around, and
we got 3 Cody Crossroads.
Crossroads.
He finally finishes the third Crossroad,
and
then he pins Roman and gets the win.
Yeah. So I loved it. It was a great match for me.
Yeah. In terms of the outcome and the build and where he got to get there, I can't put it in S, but I can put it in A.
Respectable.
I can put that in A. I can put it in A due to all the work, all the writing that had to get rewritten, most likely, to get to this point. I can put it in A. I honestly do not think this match was better than AJ's in LA Knights.
No, none of them were.
Yeah.
It definitely was what we were waiting for the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, I'm glad it ended.
It was huge. It was big. Fireworks everywhere. Yeah. Great entrances. All that good stuff.
I'm glad everybody came out. See, this is what we all thought, though, and this will be my last thing to wrap this all up. I thought that, well, for one, Stone Cold was going to come out and take care of The Rock because we all knew The Rock was going to be out.
Which
there.
I kind of think hinders it from being an S, honestly.
Yeah,
That might sound weird, but I honestly think that.
I also think that everybody that the Bloodline, that Roman beat, that the Bloodline screwed throughout this 3-4 year thing, hiatus, whatever, should have came out and, I don't know, maybe hit their finishers. I don't know. Me and Derek talked about this. The finishers would have made him be like, oh, you didn't beat me, whatever. Maybe Cody beats him the next one. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it would have been cool to see, Randy, LA Knight, which they all came out afterwards.
Yeah.
Because they were all part of the story.
Yeah, everybody came in the ring and hoisted Cody up in celebration.
I do think it should have been, I don't know, maybe they go in the ring and hit Jimmy and Solo or something like that. I don't know. I just think it could have been a little better. I think it would have helped with the nostalgia purposes as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, Stone Cold definitely would have.
Honestly, that's the only thing I had an issue with.
Stone Cold?
I think everything else happened pretty good the way it should have. I think everybody got to finish their story necessarily. The only thing I think it should have been that should have helped that was Stone Cold giving The Rock the stunner, and then you kind of have that full circle effect. That's the only issue I had. I think everybody else did a really good job in their spots.
What would have been cool for him was, do you remember how he would come out in the day, like, just walking out there cussing this and that, blah, 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 all the way down to the ring, gets in, I think it was Mankind and him, but he hit The Rock with a chair instead. Goes in the ring, does his thing, gets up, it's just those two, goes in, turns The Rock around, stunners him, walks right back out.
Yeah.
I would have been perfectly 100% fine with that.
The show up, raise hell, leave era
would have been
he was
amazing.
Yeah. I think that's what people wanted. Like, you hear the glass break.
We didn't get it.
He comes down, he's cussing. Yeah, you hear the glass break. He comes down cussing. He's talking. He's got him looking in the eye. He gets in there, bam, 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 back and forth, back and forth. Rock turns him around, kicks him, stunner, throws up the middle fingers, and he takes off.
Yeah.
That would have been a great moment.
No, don't get me wrong. The Undertaker gong, the bell, whatever that is.
Yeah, hearing that is cool.
Is amazing at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But that should not been the story. And if you're going to negotiate with people for money, give them what they want because it's freaking WrestleMania.
And you can pay for it.
Oh, my God.
You can pay for it. We're talking about the WWE here. It was a multi-billion, maybe even trillion-dollar business. Give them the money.
Give them the money.
Yeah. So
it's like your Super Bowl. It happens once a year.
To say it's a money dispute, I feel like it's a little hard to believe.
I don't believe it. I really don't.
Yeah,
because I know it's a rumor.
Because I think they would have been totally fine with giving Stone Cold whatever he wanted. He's an older guy,
exactly,
and all you gotta do is drop the Rock on his ass on your ass another again. He does a great sell that he does every time he gets a stunner. I think that could have been negotiated. I think it might have been something else. I don't think it was money.
I'm very mad, and I can see why you say that that's A, not S, and that makes perfect sense. I am very mad that didn't happen.
Yeah. So I don't think it was money. I don't think it could have been money. I don't think there's a price that Stone Cold could have said that they wouldn't have paid. So, for that I say it is A, and we're gonna go ahead and kill it there, and say that again. This is our decision. We are the authority. But what you can do, instead of giving us back talk, is like, share, subscribe, follow, and rate and comment. And on that, we shall say, it's podcast.
Podcast.